What is up, guys? Gully Boy back at you with another video. And right about now, about to continue to talk about this Jim Jones versus Nas. Basically, if you guys don't know, Jim Jones is going viral, basically saying that he's better than Nas musically, and he's saying that he's more influential than Nas. Now, one thing I will say, I'm going to react to two things in this video. The first video is going to be his interview with Shannon Sharpe. One thing I will say right off top, I don't have nothing against Jim Jones for thinking that he's better than Nas. If that's how he personally feels, he has a right to that. So him standing 10 toes down on him thinking that he better, that's basically hip hop right there. Because as a rapper, you have to think that you're better than other rappers. So I don't have a problem with that at all. And him calling out Nas to get in the booth and all that stuff, hey, it is what it is. But I'm going to start this video off with the interview from the YouTube channel Bag Fuel. And there is something that Jim Jones said in this interview that is absolutely outlandish. I'm just going to go ahead and play it, and I'm going to share my thoughts.
What I did for Nas probably never been done for him in his life. He's never been that viral at all, ever. Ever. He's never been talked about like this ever in his life.
Now, has Nas reached out to you?
You did. The last time he was in some shit like this where people were comparing
Jay,
when him and Jay was beating on him.
Say that.
You heard? You did? Like,
this statement is absolutely insane. Like, it's just some things. Like I don't have nothing against Jim Jones, bro. And like I said before, if you think you're better than Nas, hey, man, hats off to you. You know, maybe there will be some way that you will be able to prove it. But to say that this is the most viral Nas has ever been in his career is diabolical work, kid. I like that he at least doubled back on the Jay and Nas beef because that was way bigger than this moment. And I honestly feel like Nas has always been relevant in conversations with hip hop. Are you trying to tell me that him dropping certain songs and hit songs was less viral than this little moment right here that you're having with him? Like when Hate Me Now dropped, that wasn't a big moment. If I Rule the World, One Mic, those were not big moments in his career. It's like on the music side, he's had big moments. Illmatic is regarded as one of the best albums, not just best rap albums, but best albums, period. And I don't have a problem with people saying that because it is a really good album. You telling me that him being celebrated for Illmatic and the rest of his catalog, even recently with the King's Diseases, and him being acknowledged for that, all of that is just less viral than this moment. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I don't agree with that. That is insane. I mean, hey, you entitled to your opinion, but that one is crazy work, bruh. Okay, I wanted to start off with that. The next thing I want to watch is the interview with Shannon Sharpe. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I'm going to get into that and I'm going to share my thoughts on that as well.
Can I ask you a question, Jim?
Mm-hmm.
You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
I might have been a little bit. Well, as far as let's get this right. I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made a little boo-boo when you talk about the sales and all this type of shit. I don't feel like getting into that rhetoric about where I started and where he started.
Well, you said that bullshit.
But listen, Nas was nice when I was in high school. When I was in 10th grade, Nas came out.
Okay, before he get into all of that, in my previous video, there was a young man that basically tried to make the point of Jim Jones being influential than Nas. And Jim Jones just said he's way more influential than Nas. I highly disagree. The main thing I see people bringing up, well, the only people I see saying that Jim Jones is more influential than Nas is the young man and himself. So when they talk about Jim Jones being more influential, it's the fashion. And I will give Jim Jones that. Because if you look at the album with Ballin' on it and you look at how he's dressed, he's definitely dressed in a way that a lot of people were dressed during that era. And even still now. Because with the whole Ed Hardy stuff, I remember, you know, he probably did have a hand in making that popular. So I will give him that. But that is not enough if we're talking about Nas's career as a whole, if we talking about influence, because Nas influenced a lot of people musically, and I feel like that has more of an impact than people wearing Ed Hardy. So I highly disagree with that, because a lot of rappers say that Nas influenced them to rap, you know, or they heard Illmatic for the first time and that's how they wanted to structure their music. I've never heard that about Jim Jones. I never heard somebody say, man, I based my whole rap style off Jim Jones, man. I never heard that. Rap. I cracked myself up. I never heard that, bro. Hey, man, Jim Jones influenced me to get in the booth, man. I'm sorry, bro. All right, let's keep it going.
Nas was dope. We appreciated him. He had a little bit of run. But Nas always came up second to Jay and DMX and all these other people. Like,
Ain't no shame in that. There a lot of them folks came up second to Tom Brady.
He never had that type of influence on us, except for his first.
Now, what he said right there, I don't even disagree with, because in the era that Nas came up, he was going up against some heavy weights. Am I going to say that Nas always came out second? Not necessarily, but if we look at the era that he just painted a picture on, I don't know, man. Nas had some. It was rough for Nas, bro. DMX, Eminem, Jay-Z. If we talking about things objectively, numbers wise, impact wise, during that era, I feel like Nas probably did come up short. I don't dick ride over here. So if anybody got a problem with me saying that, you're in denial, because I was alive during that era, and not just DMX, Eminem, and Jay-Z. You had the Hot Boys, No Limit, 3 6, all that Nas had to compete with. And he probably did, you know, come up short a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Pause on that. But I understand what Jim Jones is saying right there. But is that like a scratch on his legacy? Hell no. That is something I'm not gonna say. But I do understand what Jim Jones is saying right there.
First album. I already told you. I used to want to dress like Nas because he had a lot of fresh clothes that the hustlers used to wear and shit. And we used to see him on TV. He had one of the illest albums of all time. And then in high school when he had the barbecue and shit like that. So I'm a real fan of Nas, but he kind of lost me after the movie Belly and shit like that. Like I don't.
Man, go ahead on with that, Jim.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm being honest. You ask me. I'm being a fan. I'm telling you the movie Belly was fire, but after that he kind of lost me. I think we was way too much into the game. Remember how this goes. You ever heard of a Kofi list?
Yeah.
Yo, go back into your history and find out what happened between us and him. You dig? And I'm not trying to repeat history, but don't play with us when it comes to that, bro. We already when.
I'm sorry. I'm lost. I don't know what he talking about. Sound like some street shit. Maybe somebody ain't going to inform me in the comment section, but that shouldn't have nothing to do with what we talking about here. Like, I don't know. But I don't know what he talking about. Help me out in the comments. Kofi list? I mean, I got Google myself, but I'm recording a video right now. I ain't finna Google that shit.
Went wild on them boys. You heard? We the ones that went wild on them boys. You heard?
Hey, Jim.
And people out here acting like I said I'm gonna bring the Kofi list back. I just told you I'm gonna change man. Stephen Law. Can you dig?
Nah, look. I'm put it to you like this, Jim. Hey, bro, you been in this thing, but lyrically, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Yeah,
y'all
but look how you dress.
Nas.
Look how you dress. You don't even be in the same places I be in.
I can be in the church house.
Now check this out. I'm fair. I really am. I never listened to a Jim Jones project in my life, so I don't know if Jim Jones is better than Nas lyrically. Nas is a lyrical beast. If Jim Jones is on the same level as Nas, nigga, I've been sleeping for a long time. I'm not against listening to Jim Jones's music. I'm just being fair. Like I said, I'm not one of these people that's just giving opinions that are not fully grounded. Because although I've listened to all of Nas's music and I am a fan of Nas and I do like his music, I'm not going to deride him, because people will be like, nah, bro, Jim Jones, you tripping. While never listening to a Jim Jones project. So I'm gonna be fair, because when Shannon Sharpe said Jim Jones is not seeing Nas lyrically, I don't know that.
You can't ever Nas lyrically. I don't know who told you that. Now look, I know you on that good stuff, but you're not seeing Nas. You're not seeing Nas, bro. Let's be real.
You got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in their panties because I said I'm better than Nas.
It don't matter.
Look at you. Look at you.
Nobody.
One thing about this interview, I don't know why Shannon Sharpe is so hyped. Like, he real animated and hyped. Later on in the interview, Jim Jones is gonna say that he putting on the act, and I believe he is. I believe it's just all for the clicks and views and all that stuff. That's what I want to believe. I hope he's not like very serious like this, because it's not. If Jim Jones think that he's better than Nas, all of this yelling and screaming, it's not necessary. Like, no, bro. Like, what? You sit up and talk about no. Like, that's very unnecessary. So I think he's doing it for the camera. I do want to point out something Jim Jones said right there. He said he got a lot of 40-year-olds and old heads in their feelings. Don't be in y'all feelings if he thinks that he's better than Nas. Just don't do that. Don't be a D-rider. This is one of the things in hip-hop right now that's ruining it. Because people, y'all D-ride. And y'all getting y'all feelings about stuff. If he thinks that he's better than Nas, hey, then so be it. As a rapper, you're supposed to think that you're better than everybody else. And like I said in previous videos, maybe there be a way that Jim Jones can prove it. But I feel like no matter what Jim Jones do, let's just say if he get in the booth and make a diss track to Nas, people gonna hate on it and say, man, get out of here, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's Nas or whatever. Yeah, man. The hip-hop community and how people think is just D-Rod mentality, and I don't like that.
Ain't nobody from Dipset gonna take you over Nas. Nobody from the Diplomats but you.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on.
That shirt too tight.
Hold on. Jimmy.
You want to go back to I Really Mean It? I Really Mean It started. We could go back to the history, bro.
For you to even say that,
bro. Don't do that, bro. That shirt
I got a question.
Let Nas stick up for itself and meet me in a booth for something if we want to do something historical.
Nas say he don't do that no more. Nas say he don't do that.
Because he got $100 million. He's a very well.
Now, I'm gonna be real though. I agree with what Jim Jones and Shannon Sharpe said right there. Like, Jim Jones is like, bro, stop being all loud and animated for Nas. If he really feel like he can mess with me, let's get in the booth. I don't got a problem with that. But I also agree with Shannon Sharpe by saying that he don't do that no more. If I'm Nas, I'm not battling Jim Jones. I'm just not going to do it. There's literally no reason for me to go battle Jim Jones. That's like not really going to benefit me in any way. Unless if I'm somebody who just love battling, which I think Nas is not somebody who just want to battle rap somebody. Because I think Nas is more of an artist and he's more of making music with messages than battle rapping. So definitely if I'm Nas, I'm not battling Jim Jones.
Wealthy man. You heard he's a very smart businessman. He got a couple business flicks.
Hold on. Jimmy, hold on. I got a question. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Jim. Hold on. I got a question. And this you do, Jimmy. And anything that you do, right, I've heard you preach it all the time, right? When you was playing football, your first thing you always say, ain't nobody here better than me.
Come on now.
You done told me that story a million times. Wait, listen to me now.
Fuck you think I'm gonna be second to anybody in this world?
Exactly. Jim Jones is supposed to feel like he's the best. Just like the analogy that Ocho Cinco given. You thought you was the best on the field. You ain't gonna let nobody ain't nobody better than me. You know, that's simple. That's simple right there. A lot of people ain't gonna grasp that. They gonna be like, man, you clout chasing and all the dumb shit. Like, no, I'm better than all y'all. If I was a rapper, ain't nobody better than me. I don't care who you is. Like, it'd be crazy for a rapper to just say that, nah, bro, he better than me, bro. Nas better than me, man. He, like, on all levels. Like, that's crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, nah, Wayne killing me. Like, bruh, for real, nah. Kendrick, he's smoking me every time. Like, nah, bro, I'm better than all y'all. What are you talking about?
But
hold on, Jimmy, Jimmy, stay with me real quick. Stay with me now. Stay with me now. But I'm just saying that mentality, isn't that how you supposed to feel?
Yes.
Isn't that how you supposed to feel?
You know, let me ask you a question. When you was on the field, you thought you was better than T.O. and Moss?
Hell yeah, what you mean?
Man, stop it.
I ain't gonna say that
Yeah,
you done came on here and say, I ain't better than Moss, I'm not better than T.O., I'm not better than Rice. You said that.
I'm not playing the game no more.
But you wasn't. When you was playing.
That's the difference.
Hey, Jim, while you talking, you need to get with the locks.
I'm still playing.
Jada them done cooked y'all at the verses.
I'm still playing. I'm still playing. At a high.
Now they said on some real shit. I didn't watch that versus battle with Dipset and the Locks. I might have to go watch it, but a lot of people said that Dipset lost with Shannon Sharpe. But on some real shit, that don't got nothing to do with this Nas stuff right now. But it is a point to bring up that he got smoked in that versus battle. It is a point of contention because if you're somebody who's putting yourself on this higher caliber as a great MC and you're on the level of Nas and you couldn't even bypass the Locks, Jadakiss, Sheek, and Styles, yeah, man, I don't know how you gonna fare up against Nas. Because first of all, the Locks, them boys are cold lyricists. I'm not even gonna make it seem like Nas is a better lyricist than members of the Locks because them boys are stupid cold, especially Jadakiss. I be liking Sheek on a lot of verses because that boy just be talking about all types of murder. And he be spitting. So if you could not fare against them, I don't think you really messing with Nas. So I do see the point that Shannon Sharpe is making. But I also will say that it don't really got nothing to do with him calling out Nas. It got something to do with it, but then it like I'm gonna say that it got something to do with it, but then it don't got nothing to do with it. I hope that makes sense. You know, that's in the record books, that versus battle. So if you wasn't doing nothing then, like, why would you expect to do something against Nas? So yeah.
High level.
Hey,
you check my record.
You jumping up the
I'm still playing at a high level. I'm rapping at a high level. You better check my stats, bro. I will run circles around Nas rapping right. I will run circles around Nas rapping right now. Right now, I will run.
Put his microphone up. Let me take my mic off.
I will run Saturn around Nas.
I like how he said he'll rap circles around Nas right now. What? Why you wait so long? You wait so long, bro? Oh no. Maybe, because I think Jim Jones is gonna say that Dipset was dissing Nas back then. So maybe there are songs that I don't know of him taking shots at Nas. So I'm not even gonna say why you wait so long. I mean, I don't really think it mattered, but it matter and it don't matter. Like I keep using that analogy because with Nas's previous albums, Nas still got it. His rap ability is still there. So if Jim Jones is saying that he's better than Nas now, that's even saying a lot. It really is. I'm gonna have to really do some research on Jim Jones to see if he actually cold. I don't know when I'm gonna do it because listening to music has been like a last priority ever since I changed my channel into a commentary channel. But I'm definitely not against it.
Nas right now rapping. Everybody knows that. You heard?
He
Let's not talk about the past.
He put it down. He said it down.
I will run laps around Nas rapping right now, bro.
Jim. Oh, you talking right now? But I'm talking about when y'all and his prime and your prime, you couldn't see him.
I'm still in it. Oh, Cam was smoking his boots. I wasn't rapping when he was rapping, but Cam.
See, he just referenced it right there. He said Cam was smoking them. I got to go back and do my research on that.
We really got at him. You remember I really mean it? We've been getting at them boys, but this is not about that. Right now, 2025, I'm in the game still rapping at a high capacity. If Nas wants to smoke, come in the booth. I will rap circles around. Smoke.
He enjoying that 150 million, 200 million.
Okay then, so then leave me.
Shannon Sharpe, bro. If you, the thing that I don't like that he doing, if he's sitting up here telling you that he's better than Nas, why do you keep saying he ain't doing that right now? But then on the other hand, you're saying you can't mess with Nas, bro. If he really can't mess with Nas, just like Jim Jones said, let him go in the booth and prove it. I'm somebody who's like, bro, Nas gonna smoke you in the booth. That's just if I was familiar with Jim Jones's music more. But saying you can't mess with Nas, then turn around and saying, man, he ain't even on that. Like, that's making it seem like he a bitch. Like for real. Like what? Shannon Sharpe gonna do that later on in this interview, because this is gonna go from talking about Jim Jones saying that he's better than Nas to them saying who can work out the best and the longest. And when Jim Jones was saying, where you want to meet up at so we can do this, Shannon Sharpe like, man, I ain't even finna wait my time. Like, why you backing out? What? Jim Jones like, bro, I can work out, like, I'm guessing, like, longer and who's stronger, or, you know, as far as, like, working out. Jim Jones saying, bro, I'm better than you. I can smoke you at anything when it comes to the gym. And Shannon just like, nah, I ain't even finna wait my time, bro. You too little. Yeah, you backing out, bro. You punking out.
Be alone while I'm on the field.
You was effing with him. He wasn't bothering you.
I'm on the field. I'm picking on whoever, whatever. I don't care. I'm on the field.
Well, you
and guess who's the most
field?
And
Kendrick,
guess who's
Dre,
and guess who will be the most talked
they
about
on the field. You need to call like Drake.
And guess who would be the most talked about person?
You need to call like Kendrick. You need to call somebody that's still in it. He ain't in it.
What?
Bro, Jim Jones versus Kendrick Lamar would be crazy. That'd be crazy. But Jim Jones gonna be like, nah, bro, that's not my era. Like, that, I don't want that. I don't, nah.
Kendrick ain't at my age. Kendrick ain't at my age. I wasn't dating my era. That's not my era.
He retired. Have you ever heard of retirement?
Well, that's my era, so I'm calling all of them out. I don't care if you retired or not. Deal with it. If not, meet me in the booth, Jack. You heard? Meet me in the booth. And I'm just talking about sports.
Hey, call Jada.
Let's get this right. I'm not mad. It's about the sportsmanship of the game. People know I'm a very aggressive person, and I seem to get misconstrued when I'm talking about shit. I'm just talking about
now on some real, like what Jim Jones saying right here. He's just talking this shit. I have no problem with that at all, bro. And then if he's saying that he's down to challenge anyone that's trying to step in the booth, let's just say if somebody in his era take him up on that challenge, that'll be dope. That would be fire. It really would be. But the day and age we living in now, people seeing this as him clout chasing, bro, you delusional and all that bullshit. But they're not really hearing what he's saying.
You talk about you in the gym. Now you want me to see me in the gym?
Now this when they talking about the gym and all that.
Oh, we could do
Since
that.
You like to talk that ish. Now come see me in the gym.
We talking about working out. We talking about working out or strength.
It's funny because Shannon Sharpe like, come see me in the gym. But like I said later on, he gonna be like, nah, I don't even want to do it. When Jim Jones was like, bro, let's meet up somewhere. There is a part of this interview that is hilarious. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to it, but it's a part. I wish I knew the timestamp. But Shannon Sharpe gonna be like, where you want to meet up? And then Jim Jones is like, man, we can meet anywhere. I can come to you. You can come to me. And then Shannon Sharpe, he didn't get the joke out fully. He said, bro, I don't want to work out of no rat. And he was about to say rat infested gym. I'm gonna find a time. That shit was funny as hell, God. He was like, he didn't fully say it, the joke, bro. That had me on the floor laughing, dude. He said, but I don't want to work on no rat infested gym. Because he from New York. Bro, that shit had me on the floor laughing, nigga. I was like, that's wrong, bro. That's out of pocket.
What are you talking about? Working out or strength?
However you want to do it. I ain't even in Atlanta. I'm going to come see you.
Oh, come to New York. We got gyms. When you want to do it?
Man, the little
you want to
small
do
rat.
live on the show?
Bro, he said it right there. He said he's like he was finna say the small rat gym. That's funny, bro. I don't know if I think he caught himself. He's like he was finna say something. I would have said that shit, boy. Like you ain't finna go on small rat infested New York gym, boy. What the hell wrong with you? Oh, shit. But yeah, it was something else that I wanted to get to on this interview that was important. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, man, I ain't finna waste my time dealing with you, man, cause you ain't on this level.
See how he just want to point out how he was like, man, let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Now he's saying, nah, bro, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You bitching out, cuz.
You still can't F with Nas.
Come on, sing Nas. Sing 16 bars of Nas. Sing 16 bars of Nas right now. Sing your favorite Nas record right now.
The man busy.
Sing it. Sing it. Sing your favorite Nas record.
First of all, once you get to a certain listen.
Sing your favorite Nas record.
Jim.
I bet you know your favorite Jay-Z record.
Hey,
I bet you can say your favorite your what?
Jim.
Sing your favorite Nas record.
Okay, you done flew high. You came back down now.
Sing your favorite Nas. Sing your favorite Nas record, bro. Since you going crazy for him. I can sing more Nas. I can sing more Nas records than.
See, now I like what Jim Jones did right there. Was because if you caping for Nas like that and he say, sing your favorite Nas song, and you like, man, what you mean? Like, yeah, nah, bro, what you mean? That's how you get a lot of people. Because he was like, because Jim Jones said, I bet you can name your favorite Jay-Z record, which not your favorite Nas record. If you doing all this caping for Nas and you can't even name a song, not even spitting the 16, just be like, go into detail about the stuff that you like. Like, bro, Illmatic, Halftime, the lyricism he was doing on there, boy, you ain't messing with that. Conceptual songs like I Gave You Power and Rewind, you ain't never did no shit like that, Jim Jones. Now, if Shannon Sharpe did that, I'll be highly impressed. But he like, man, what you trying, man? Nah, bro, nah. Like, nah, bro, do you actually know Nas music? That's crazy work, bro.
Right now. I can sing more Nas records than you right now. So you are capping. You are capping. That's what you're doing.
First of all, bro,
you are capping. I'm a bigger Nas fan than you are.
He was finna say I'm about to be 56. What the hell does that have to do with anything? Jim Jones said I can sing more Nas songs than you. And he said I'm about to be 56. What the hell does that have to do with anything, bro? He low-key kind of exposing him a little bit. And like nobody probably not even realizing it. Because a lot of times when it comes to the hip-hop world, people have opinions about music they don't listen to. For you to be like, bro, you can't mess with Nas, and you don't even know his music, talking about some I'm 56, like, what does that have to do with anything?
You are capping.
First of all, I'm 57. I don't be singing no rap. I don't be singing
the dude literally said, I don't be singing no rap is crazy talk. I'm 57. I don't be singing no rap. I didn't even catch that the first time I watched this. No, that's crazy. That statement, bro, get your ass up out of here, Shannon Sharpe, bro. That don't got nothing to do with age. I'm 57. I don't even be listening to rap. I don't be singing rap. Bro, what? Nigga, why are you sitting up here having a debate with Jim Jones saying he better than Nas and you talking about some I don't even be singing no rap? Is crazy. Probably can't name a Nas song. Nah, bruh. Sit down somewhere, kid. That was crazy.
No rap.
You see what I'm saying, Ocho? He don't even know about rap. He just doing this for the views to get Jim Jones on there to get him hot.
Exactly, bruh. I gotta end it right there, bro. I agree, bruh. To say that, basically you just saying I don't listen to rap music, bro. What the fuck? Nah, bro. Pack this nigga up, bro. Get this nigga Shannon Sharpe the hell up out of here, bro. But in conclusion, like I said before, I don't disagree with Jim Jones believing that he's better than Nas. He has a right to that. But I also disagree with some of the stuff that he says, like in the beginning of the video when he said that this is Nas's biggest moment of his career. That is just a lie. So I don't know if I'm gonna make another video on this Jim Jones topic. It was fun while it lasted. Maybe we'll see like some diss tracks. I don't know. I don't know. But those are my thoughts. Shannon Sharpe, you got to get packed up for that last statement, my G. That was crazy. Yeah.